This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Mic check. 1, 2. Are we recording? Hi, I'm Michelle Bernstein, an award-winning chef, restaurateur, and mom. I have a lot on my plate, including my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. That's why I was prescribed Cosentyx. It helps me move better.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for people 2 years of age and older with active psoriatic arthritis. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Can you change your personality? How does peer pressure work? Should you ever really trust your gut? These are just a few of the topics we've recently tackled on my podcast, Something You Should Know. It's a podcast where leading experts give you valuable intel that you can use in your life today. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and with over 1,000 episodes and over 4,000 mostly 5-star reviews, I invite you to check out Something You Should Know, wherever you listen.
Hi, Megan.
Sorry, that was like a really long 5 seconds.
It did feel like the longest 5 seconds of my life.
Yeah, me too. I took that deep breath in, and then I was like, I gotta let
Still
it out.
going.
Mm-hmm. All I want to do is sing. I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on.
Do you ever?
It's a really good point. I don't.
Neither do I. Do I have any on right now? No.
Neither do I. Of course not.
You know what the best invention was? For someone that hates panties and bleeds out their vagina?
Period underwear?
The cup. No, because I hate panties.
Oh, that's why I was a little confused at first. I was like,
no,
wow.
Cup.
Do you know they can see that when you're going, if you have it in while you're in TSA?
I've heard.
That.
The fact that they have to know not to stop you for something inside of you.
No, like the fact that like they can't ignore it. Like they have to.
Yeah, they see it, but they're like, whatever. Every time I go through and I have it in, I would think about it.
Well, and I just know for a fact that like it's either in some, there's either a diagram in a training booklet.
Yeah. Or
the first time somebody who has never encountered one before has to learn from someone a little bit more senior, and it has to be like, okay. So it's still, okay. For sure. Well.
This is
a new thing.
It's Fisting Friday, but it's also See You Next Tuesday because we don't want to get off our schedule. We didn't record last week because I was sick. I did try to sneak one in, but you were busy. You were on a deadline.
Yeah. So it was actually, it helped me catch up. Mm-hmm. And I'm still, of course, behind, and I'm still, stressed and overwhelmed, but I don't know what I would have. I don't even know the state I would have been in if I didn't have last week. So as much as I am so sad that you were ill, it was good timing.
It was, yeah. I mean, I was sick. I honestly had a sinus infection. I took the COVID/flu test that you can just buy now. They should put strep and sinus infections in all of it.
For those.
But I was like, okay, I don't have that because I did lose my sense of smell for a second.
Yeah.
And
that's scary.
And that was scary. So then I just got online to online doc and said, give me a Z-Pack and give me those little golden cough things. Oh, and then it was gone.
I'm so happy for you. Our neighbor got sick right at the same time that you did with like something similar. And she's a baby, and so she shouldn't be worried about the baby getting it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Did you get everything done?
No, I got a lot done. I got what I needed to get done, and now I have more I need to get done.
Gotcha. Yeah, I took a moment because Coco sent me a message and said, hey, no episodes this week. I said, and then I just recorded her a message, and that was the day that I said, yeah, I can record. And I listened back to my voice, and I said, nobody actually needed to hear that. I did feel fine. There was just stuff in my throat. There's still stuff in my throat right now, but
when we were doing the live stream, and it would be you were talking, and then suddenly it was oh, Melissa actually can't finish that sentence. She's having a coughing fit. Yes. So I've done that before too, where I'm well, I feel a lot better, but the voice and everything is the longer that you talk, then you go, I'm actually starting to feel not as awesome as I was before.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we took a break.
Me too. I also had several scripts that I needed to turn into, so I don't know what. And I'm constantly working on that, but also this week been directing an audiobook.
Is it the one we talked about?
Uh-huh. And she's great.
Oh, I'm so glad. Big fan.
Big fan.
I keep seeing her everywhere now.
Yeah.
She's just popping up.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center.
You're going to see her in more places soon.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You should be so proud of me.
What'd you do?
I'm watching Poker Face. I'm so
great, and
we're almost done. The Cynthia Erivo episode.
I haven't watched.
No, I'm just letting you know. As soon as I watched the first season, when you told me that Cynthia Erivo's in season 2, I was that doesn't really match with the projects I typically see her picking. I can't really envision it. So sorry for doubting you. I think it's my favorite episode.
If you know her TV projects, it fits right into it.
Oh.
And I haven't watched a lot of them, but I have seen
they exist.
TikToks of them.
Hey, and I haven't seen those TikToks yet. Yeah. So I was a little confused. If I had seen those TikToks, I probably wouldn't be confused. But I'm glad you are feeling better, because my allergies have been, I can't even stress to you how out of control. The entire left side of my face, I wake up every day, it is swollen. My sinuses hurt so bad. I cannot breathe out of my nose. And I looked up Los Angeles allergens. Turns out the dust and dander allergens in Los Angeles are off the charts for an indefinite amount of time. They're we have no idea when it's going to get better.
Well, it rained yesterday. It didn't help. It made it worse.
Well, that also didn't help with the headache. And also, it didn't rain yesterday. It also hailed. We had thunder and lightning.
Oh, I didn't get all that over in my neck of the woods, even though we're less than 5 miles away from each other.
It was? Because yesterday was also our trash day.
Mm-hmm.
So, in general, trash day, you hear a sound, you pause what you're doing, you go, what is that sound? Oh, someone pulling their trash cans in. It was so loud, and it happened just as the first boom of thunder happened. It was a long earthquake level. It was
I had no thunder. It was just, I woke up I had another audiobook on top of the one that I'm doing.
As she does.
And I had gotten up early, and where she was in Colorado, and it was raining there. And I was it sounds like it's wet outside, but it's not raining. I feel like it'll rain later. It just,
That's
when
why
people are driving by, it just feels something.
No, I stepped outside with my suede Birkenstocks on, and I said, I'm putting the Crocs on. There's something in this air. It's feeling muggy.
Yeah. And then while I was doing the next book, I then heard it pouring rain. And then you texted me, and I said, it's not doing all that extra stuff. It was pouring down, but it wasn't thundering. There wasn't hail.
No.
And then at one point, the sun was out, and it was pouring.
And I couldn't find a fucking rainbow, which I was excuse me, that's the whole point of this. I'm sure there's science, but I also think it's magic. But I at first thought that I had accident, because I had just pulled our bins in because it started to sprinkle, and I closed. I don't know where our neighbors keep their bins, but I knew that one of them was home, but I closed their bins because they were in their wood workshop, because I was oh, she can't tell that it's raining.
Yeah.
And it was not on the forecast. And so I shut the bins for them because I didn't want theirs to get filled with water. And I brought ours back. And as I was walking through our front door, I heard the sound that sounded exactly like what I had just done, but amplified. So I was did I record a video of me dragging the bins in and then somehow play it on full volume? And and then I'm just seeing lightning, and it is, I also thought it was an earthquake at first. It was so loud. I was like, and if anyone doesn't know, earthquakes kind of are louder than thunder. And I was like, what?
Because everything rattles.
Yes.
And rolls. It's like a rattling, rolling noise.
Yeah. The earth is a giant trash can being rolled inside. Like, it was crazy. And it just like kept happening. And then it would break for a second, and it was wild. But I had gone to pick up my new contacts because I had run out, and I was like, oh my God, I'm on my last pair. This is so stressful. What am I going to do? Because I've, of course, become entirely dependent on them in the last 3 months since I started wearing them. I'm like, my life is so much better, all of that. So I got them, and I was like, oh, wonderful, amazing. And then last night, the man I love, he was in a silly, goofy mood, and he kept being in the silly, goofy mood. And one of the silly, goofy moods was like, I keep blaming him. He was like, I didn't tell you to chase me. And I was like, yeah, but you were running, and it made, whatever. And we were at the grocery store, and I'm like panting out of breath, being like, you need to stop goofing off with me, because you know that I'm getting too tired, but I'm not realizing I'm getting too tired until it's too late. And then he was goofing off before he was getting into the shower, decided that he was going to just come. No, he made a joke that he kept trying to smell my armpit. And I said, stop trying to smell my armpit. Like, leave me alone. He was just trying to be silly and funny. And he sits down on the couch and goes, oops. And I was like, what? Sat down, broke my glasses. Not the fact that I have 9 pairs of glasses. So what does it matter? No. He broke the one pair of glasses that I do not have a duplicate for, because they are the new ones that I wear when I have my contacts in that I just picked up. And he was like, we'll fix it. And I was like, there's quite literally no way to fix this. And so that's why he was calling me, being like, did you go to the optometrist? What did they say? And I was like, I haven't gone yet. I'm literally just perching them with one fucking arm on my nose when I need them. And if I bring them there, they're going to keep them. And then I have nothing. And I know it's going to take them. I know they're not going to be able to fix them. I'm going to have to get a new pair and do all of this stuff. And I love that it's a small, local optometrist office. So, of course, their hours don't open until 10, and they, of course, close at 5. And, of course, they're not open on Mondays, nor are they open on Thursdays. So, the timing of it, you have to plan accordingly. And I hate that I have to fix this. It's one of those things where I'm like, I want to be like, you broke my glasses, you fix the situation. I don't know how he is going to do that. I think he is working from home on Friday for an unrelated, he was just doing that anyway. And I'm like, okay, then you need to fix my glasses now. Cause I don't want to think about it. Yeah. So that it really did put a damper on my excitement for my contacts. Support for today's episode comes from OneSkin. We've talked about OneSkin before. Did you know your body starts accumulating senescent cells as early as your 20s? Also called, what are they called, Melissa?
Zombie cells.
These cells stop producing collagen and hyaluronic acid like they used to, and they start secreting an inflammatory substance that makes neighboring cells dysfunctional too. There is an answer for these zombie cells, though, and it comes from our friends at OneSkin.
Founded by an all-woman team of scientists, OneSkin is the first and only skin longevity company to target cellular senescence, a key hallmark of aging, with their proprietary OS1 peptide. OS1 is scientifically proven to decrease lines and wrinkles, boost hydration, and help with the thinning skin that often comes with age. Don't just take our word for it, though. They've got over 4,000 5-star reviews for their full line of face, body, sun, and travel-sized products.
But if you want to take our word for it, know that we love them. We are using them constantly. The OS1, the way it goes on, so easy, so simple. You notice a huge difference with them, and your skin looks great.
Yeah, I have become a fan of the Rich Eye Cream because it's thick, but it's lightweight, and I can just easily use it as part of my routine.
OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. Get started with 15% off using code BLAMEME at oneskin.co.
That's 15% off oneskin.co with code BLAMEME. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Invest in the health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you.
Fresh air, sunshine, and good food. That's what spring is all about. See how I didn't include spring cleaning in there? That's not my favorite. But one of our favorites is HelloFresh. We love HelloFresh. They make it easier to fit quick, home-cooked meals into your schedule every single week by curating delicious recipes. Like they have a pasta primavera, chicken Dijon, and pecan-crusted trout. Okay, fancy. As well as over 100 seasonal snacks, sides, and treats. In 2025, they are evolving to fit every lifestyle by bringing customers even more convenience. And you know, we love convenience here. All without compromising on taste or the homemade quality. They've got new ready-made meals, which offer chef-crafted flavorful dishes that are ready in just... drumroll please, 3 minutes. Every HelloFresh meal uses high-quality ingredients, including seasonal fresh produce and proteins that travel from farm to your doorstep. Plus, the deliveries are super flexible, so you can pause or skip when you need. We have been huge fans of HelloFresh here for so long. You already know that. We love them. I have made so many delicious things. We recently had like a pork mushu lettuce wrap. Oh, when I tell you, it might be going in my personal HelloFresh Hall of Fame. Feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make this season even more delicious. Go to HelloFresh.com/BlameMe10FM to get 10 free meals with a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan.
If you've ever shopped online, and let's face it, who hasn't? Chances are you've bought something from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes things easier, and not just for shoppers. They make it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from day dot with hundreds of beautiful ready-to-go templates to express your brand style so you can get up and running fast. You can tackle your important tasks from inventory to payments to analytics and more, all in one place. You can also spread your brand's word with built-in marketing and email tools built for you to find and keep new customers. And remember that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know and love it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna need a show to watch after Poker Face. We're not done, but we're not.
Yeah, you're
not
prepping.
Close to done.
Yeah, you can always jump into White Lotus.
I could.
Oh, you know what? The Studio.
Thank you. That's
Yes.
actually exactly what I wanted to watch. I watched an interview with them making fun of Entourage, and I was like, oh, this is how I get Mott's hooked. Because he loves to hate Entourage because he loves Entourage.
You want to get into the See You Next Tuesday portion of this now?
I think that's a great idea.
Because my voice is...
Yeah, I know.
This is the most talking that I've done in succession.
As someone who's dealt with it, like, it escapes you quite fucking quickly.
Your strawberry shortcake looks amazing. I know you've been waiting to make that.
Yeah, I did actually see, though, a fucking post about California strawberries. There was a fire at a fucking battery plant, and now they think there might be high levels of of metal in straw. And I was like, fuck off. Genuinely, fuck off.
Just don't.
And also,
it didn't happen.
I'm low in iron, so
yeah,
leave me alone. Like, let me have something. I already started trying to introduce deli meats back, and like, I'm a little trepidatious. Oh, and then the other update with me is at exactly 10:30 to 11 a.m. every single morning. And I am not pregnant. My body just wants to throw up. And I cannot figure out. I'm not pregnant. I'm quite literally not pregnant. And I'm trying to figure out what it is. And I thought it was that I was having too many electrolytes. And now I'm wondering if it's a blood sugar related thing. So I had 2 of those heavy metal strawberries and I feel better. So it might be a low iron
food
thing.
Is medicine.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. That's why I'm a huge RFK fan.
All right. Episode 146. Who was wrong? You're up first.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm screenshotting. I have to hold everything a little far away. Don't make a comment about the bifocals.
I wasn't actually. For once, you brought it up.
Well, I just needed to make sure. Mats was like, "Is there anything you can do?" And I was like, "Don't even get me started on this."
Yeah, I mean there is something you can do.
I was like, "Don't talk to Melissa about it." Oh, Nicole message saying, "How long do I have to send this in?" So sorry, Nicole. It was
you had.
Yeah, but we didn't. And I love it. That's such a me thing to do, though. How long do I have? And then have have an extended period of time, not realize and just not do it. Okay.
Much like Mary.
Yeah. Birds of a feather. Okay, we've got Who is Wrong for episode 146. Meghan says, "Do not let a man embarrass you." 1% said I was wrong. 99% said I was not wrong. We have one response for this, which sums up, I think, how a lot of people feel. The way I immediately thought of this exact comment. She needs to take her $1 billion and leave that man. And I have to assume that maybe that was a part of the plan.
Yeah.
And also I have heard someone sent me, I think it was on my personal, or they tagged me in it, that there seems to be some legs to the rumor that Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, she's setting herself up to divorce. And I was like,
okay.
I might have been 3 years too early, but it is coming.
It was part of your,
yeah, but that was my second year of prediction.
I know, but it is on it.
No, because I keep just rolling it over because I will not be stopped. I'm like, I know it's happening. Someone else said, the 12-year-old who still lives in me is struggling. Obviously, it's such a parasocial relationship. I wanted to marry the man as a teenager. Now that my frontal lobe is developed, I am screaming. Toxic. Sure, yes. I will say I do give this specific man a lot more grace than I would for a lot of other people. Because, for me, I'm like, oh, to assume everybody has, all of this trauma. Think of, the deep wounds. And I'm like, as a country, we saw what people put this kid through. And, we actually saw the parental trauma. We saw all of this kind of stuff. So, I have a lot more empathy for that because I'm like, oh, this is a direct cause and effect that we watched happen. And I don't think it's necessarily this person is a bad person. It is just this person was dealt a rough fucking hand and then got out of that rough situation by means of a rough situation. All of it literally is just compounding and compiling. And those people, I'm like, they deserve healing, they deserve love and all of that. They don't deserve to treat other people poorly or at the expense of other people. And
right.
I think there's a whole thing also about when you add in the religious aspects of this and a church influence and all of these different kinds of things that in general, I don't think he by any means is a lost cause. But I think systems that tell women that we need to stay in these situations or accept this kind of a thing, that is the true villain origin story because the patriarchy affects everybody, both the men and the women. But currently, yeah, he needs to be doing some other things instead of this.
Next up, we have Melisa Love's annual International Deadbeat Parent Shaming Day. 1% said I was wrong. 99% said I was not wrong. Someone said, Melissa is not wrong, but I think we shouldn't applaud the fish for swimming. I love that we are shaming, but I don't know. Maybe go after the people and get the money. Well, yeah. I thought that was understood.
Yeah, unfortunately, these men quite literally will, not have a job. So it means they don't have to give the money.
Yeah. And then someone else said, this is a genius idea that should be implemented on a large scale. There's already crime blotter information in the newspaper. Why not add this too? Especially because a lot of the time, people are breaking the law by not paying their court-mandated child support. Yeah, that's why the law got involved.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else says this needs to be more well-known and widely regarded and acknowledged.
Are you looking for a movie review show where the critic is at the top of his or her game, meticulously breaking down and explaining exactly why a film does or does not work? Well, good luck with the search, because we're having fun here on Adam Does Movies. Each and every week, I hit the big blockbusters, I cover the streamers, and I even toss in some movie news for fun. Check out the show on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, and hopefully, we can do movies together. Hot.
My name is Troy LaValle, and I'm the host of the Glass Cannon Podcast. This is a podcast where my friends and I sit around and play role-playing games and record it. Through improvisation, using comedy and drama, we take the rules of whatever game we're playing and we turn it into appointment television. It truly is infectious fun. We travel the whole country playing rock clubs, turning games like this into a spectator sport. So please, check it out, the Glass Cannon Podcast. If you want some joy in your life, give it a listen.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.
We writer number 1. Would it be weird if a close friend gave you a grab bag of PR leftovers for your birthday? 25% of the writer is wrong. 75% said the writer is not wrong. I understand where the writer is coming from in terms of a gift that has meaning versus stuff that they got for free. But to me, a gift is a gift. If the person is great, considerate, caring friend, let her give you free shit, and I wouldn't think twice about it. Stuff is stuff. Someone else said, I've definitely gifted PR before too. But as you guys said, it's more about the thought going into it than the contents. There's a way to make selections from a PR pile in a thoughtful, concise way that it makes sense for the recipient. It seems like a rushed job, but definitely not friendship-ending territory to me, in my opinion. More like a first warning or something to keep stored in the archives. I think that's a good way to think about it. Someone else said, I'm saying the writer is wrong, but I think it depends on a couple of factors. How close are they, and how much of a quote-unquote wow factor did the re-gifted items have? I know she said that some of them weren't for her skin type and things like that, but are you close enough that the friend knows your skin type like that? I've gone to events and gifting sweets for my job and will intentionally get things that I know people in my life will like, and sometimes I'll hold on to them for special occasions because it's fun to give a bunch of stuff at once. I don't know. I personally love getting free stuff, especially if it's stuff I wanted to try. LOL. Someone else said, I don't think it's necessarily weird, but I need more context, and I guess the writer will have to see if it's a consistent thing or just a one-off moment. Someone else said, I think the friend genuinely thinks this is a cool thing because she's newer as an influencer. If this continued for another holiday or her birthday next year, then I would say the writer is not wrong. I would be happy to get a bunch of PR from my friend, but I do not blame the writer at all for feeling weird about that. It is weird. That is a fair point. Like I think you're allowed to feel weird about it.
It's regifting is what it is.
Yeah. And like, I think that in general, like, I don't necessarily have like an issue with regifting because how do I know it was regifted? Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's something that is like, oh, someone gave me this and this is like very much not like me, like a me thing or whatever. But like, if I can tell there's not thought put into it, then my issue is that you didn't put thought into a gift, not that like, oh, this is something that you got from somewhere, like whatever. Like, to me, it is like entirely about the thought of it. But I also think like, if the only way you know about that it was thing being like, oh my God, yeah, I got this from this like event and like I saved it and I thought you would really love it. To me, that's not like a ouch. That's more of like a, oh, like you thought about me. Like that in itself is like thoughtful. And, you know, I think it is the thought that counts, but like, what's the gift?
Yeah.
You know?
Like my cousin does a lot of PR events. And while she's there, she'll be like, ooh, I think this will be like, she'll send me pictures. Like, I think this will be good for you. Do you want this? Mm-hmm. And so that is thoughtful. She's not just.
Exactly.
And she's not giving it to me for my birthday.
No. And again, that can't be the only thing that you get or the only thing that you give at all.
Yeah. All right. And then we have, I'm on the wrong one. Then we have, are they wrong? Writer number 2, are they wrong for liking to dress up? 2% said the writer is wrong. 98% said the writer is not wrong. Someone said, I support this with my whole heart. I'm the exact opposite, though. Let me wear my cool matching sweats to work. I don't understand why Alex Cooper is the only one allowed to wear sweats and still be a girl boss. You haven't been to LA, have you?
Girl bossery is in the eye of the beholder. So, you know.
Another person said, as a child who grew up fat, so the clothes that my mother got me were business casual at 12, I used to hate dressing up. But now it gives me so much power. There's nothing like being tall and then putting on a heel to tower over men at work. The writer is totally not wrong. Another person said, I love a heel. I love outfit confidence more, even if it's confidently dumb, like wearing all one color. All right. Someone else said, dressing up for work is what gets me motivated to go to that damn place 5 days a week. Yeah. Do you lay your clothes out at night?
Big Virgo energy.
All right. Next.
Then we have my nomination for Wrong of the Week, Guy Edward Barkis. 97% said Guy is wrong. 3% said Guy is not wrong. An update. A man was just arrested at New York, LAX. No, not LAX. It was like LaGuardia or... Is it LaGuardia?
Yeah, it was in
JFK?
New York.
It was in New York. I'm not... Or Newark. There's 3.
I just got a notification on
Me too.
Something. I saw it.
Yeah, Citizen.
New York's JFK.
JFK. A man who seemingly was like an integral part in the making of this happen was just arrested because this guy, he did die in this. So I am happy that they've arrested the additional person, and we gotta, yeah. Anyways, I don't know if anybody had anything to say other than fuck this man. Nope, just fuck this man, fuck this guy.
And then my wrong of the week was XAI, Mayor Paul Young, Mayor Lee Harris. 98% said they're wrong. 2% said they're not wrong. Someone said, as a Memphian, this shit is so wild. And even weirder that Elon Musk scammers are also targeting Memphis people too. I didn't know you were from Memphis. That's not where I put you. I don't know anything about you. You always write in.
This is in Memphis?
Right.
Also not what I pictured for... Huh. I pictured like maybe in Arizona.
Like New York. I pictured in New York.
Like, yeah, East Coast. I was picturing coastal. If you even told me that it was like Wisconsin, I would have been like, no way, it's not in Wisconsin. I'd love to know that. Tell us where, if you write into if you respond, like, and we've read your stuff before, like, please just like write it and tell us where you're from, because we, even if you're not in our Patreon, like, we recognize, like, yeah, we recognize.
You're one of the regs.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, we even give shout outs to my girl, Sydney Carmichael. Love that girl down.
And then someone else said, it's so clear that these mayors care about profits over people. It's disgusting and they're so wrong.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
In humanity's search for other worlds, we found something unexpected.
It's a massive collection of tiny pocket realities, and each one is a story.
But when we explored those stories, things didn't go as planned.
Mr. Darcy!
I am Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Ah, humbug.
What happens when classic stories go wrong? I go in to fix them.
I am Dracula, and I bid you welcome.
Subscribe and listen to Muse, the latest audio drama from Dayton Writers Movement and Realm.
From the podcast,
that brought you to each of the last lesbian bars in the country, and back in time through the sapphic history that shaped them comes a brand new season of cruising beyond the bars. This is your host, Sarah Gabrielli, and I've spent the past year interviewing history-making lesbians and queer folks about all kinds of queer spaces, from bookstores to farms to line dancing and much more. You can listen to Cruising on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes air every other Tuesday starting February 4th.
This can't be a real quote.
What?
Oh, no, I think it might be a real quote. Fuck.
From who?
From, what's his name? Jesse Palmer, who hosts The Bachelor. It's about the Golden Bachelor, the Bachelor in Paradise Golden Hour, or whatever, where they're doing the by the way, they need to call it that, Bachelor in Paradise Golden Hour.
Golden Hour. That actually makes perfect sense.
It makes flawless fucking sense. And I guess this is a quote because it's via us. I almost said US Weekly. It's via Us Weekly, and Chicks in the Office has posted it. And like, you know, they're a bigger company, so like they tend to not try and get sued. So I wish this was not real, but he said, hopefully, yes, the golden contestants date the younger contestants. This happens all the time in the real world. Look at Bill Belichick right now. It's happening in front of us. I don't know if it will, but I think it'll be cool to have the Goldens around. That literally says, like, I think it'll be cool to have the olds around. The thing I love about the Golden Bachelor is they've lived so much more life, that their advice, their conversations, the stakes for them are just so much bigger. I think that'll be a good thing for them to impart on these young kids. I hope that's fucking out of context, and I hope that that's not actually what he said, because that's gross.
I'm going to leave you on a grosser story, and this is from Lauren, wrote in, Lauren G. Ana Obregón is a Spanish actress and television host who sparked major controversy after announcing that she has become a mother through surrogacy using the frozen sperm of her deceased son. The baby girl, I'm not going to say that baby's name, was born in March of this year, making Obregón both the legal mother and biological grandmother of the child. The actress explained that the decision was made to fulfill her son's last wish, and she had stored sperm samples at a clinic in New York before passing in 2020. The news triggered debates surrounding the ethical boundaries of surrogacy, which is prohibited in Spain. So it's not her egg, because she was a surrogate.
I don't care.
But still,
Put that doctor in jail.
She's had her son's sperm.
No.
OV.
So did she got a donor egg?
Yeah, she got a donor egg.
People can debate the like ethics of surrogacy like all of the time. And I think there's arguments on all sides. I think it is very ironic in general when people want to police how women make money from their bodies in certain sex and then not in others, of things that you can and you can't. But at the end of the day, this should always be illegal.
I just think that she could have had someone else be the surrogate, and then she raised her grandchild.
Yeah, I'm not saying that all accounts of surrogacy are valid. They're not. I'm saying that but I'm not saying all are invalid. I'm saying this in particularly, this should be illegal. This should not be allowed. And I know people I know that you can essentially do that with, I knew this other one about this person who had her husband died while I think it was surfing or something. So he had a wetsuit on and he drowned, and wetsuit keeps your body really warm. And when, people go, all that stuff, they basically were
you could jack them off if you needed to.
We can extract it in a medical setting, and they did, and she had a baby, and that was part, and I'm not here to judge a grieving person or anything like that, and especially when someone has it on ice or whatever. I actually do not think your son's dying wish was Mom,
I want you to raise my grandchild.
I want my seed in you.
Mm-hmm.
That kid, and then also the fact that this is public. That kid is spend the money on the therapy.
Yeah.
By the way, if that was my egg, I would be stipulation: don't give my egg to this.
They probably didn't even know.
That's what I'm saying. I would feel complicit in that, because a life was brought into this world, and I don't feel like if I, as the egg donor, that I got enough information to like be cool with that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Lauren, we're in a fight now. I can't believe you done that.
I just wrote back Lauren, period. And she said, I can't be alone with this.
Hey, I've actually had that experience a lot where you're like, I can't be alone with the information.
I do it all the time. I send stuff to you, but now you put up boundaries, so I can't do it. I stopped, so then you will actually read what I send you.
And I do now. I do. I respond to what you say now. But hey, I'm not going to let myself get too comfortable thinking that you're not about to just...
No, I'm not going to. I saw an old lady licking...
And now you're just telling me about it?
I'm just telling you. I didn't send you the video. You didn't have to see it. She licked whipped cream off a long phallic object. I didn't send it. And when I say old, like white hair, 80s. But she knew how to work that mouth. No, it was real.
Last for this long. I do want you to know that
it might have been her birthday or something.
Birthday sex. The new season of Love Island US just started. There are 2 Trump supporters on it. They're getting eliminated so fast. And the way that I didn't know what their names were. And as soon as they appeared on screen, I was like, it's going to be him and it's going to be her. And of course I was right. Of course I was right. There is one guy though. I don't know if you've ever seen, his name is Ace. He has what I like to affectionately call toddler face. Like he just looks like a giant. He has a I know the phrase easy to draw is usually an insult, but like he looks like he'd be like your favorite character on a cartoon. Like he has just a very expressive, animated face. And he also looks like he has a toddler face.
I saw him.
Yeah.
On TikTok.
So you saw him teaching Pakistani.
No, I just saw his face. He turned around, and I think it was an introduction to people.
He is big on he went viral, this video of him teaching them how to dance to Kendrick's new song, and he's so charming and so funny. Did you see
Kendrick did the Thizzle?
Oh, in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
I watched about 20 minutes of the live stream of just the opening of just DJ Mustard. I was like. Also, do you see E40 on Tiny Desk?
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw that he was on it.
I have watched the clips. I am waiting to watch the whole thing with Mott's. I am so fucking excited. So excited. And Mott's knew a lot of the songs. I mean, he knew E40 songs, but when he was doing references, I was like, yes. But that guy on Love Island, Ace, I want him to be with Shelly, who I love, she's so beautiful. And then Mott's was like, you guys kind of look alike. I'm going to show you what she looks like.
Okay.
And I told Mott's, I was like, she's so beautiful. That's so I don't know where you're seeing it. He then said maybe it was a face shape. But you're going to laugh. Because I was like, there is quite literally nothing.
Okay. That is not what I was expecting. Your faces aren't even shaped the same.
I don't know. Maybe it's her in motion, and my face in motion looks somewhat. I of course have yet to see what he is seeing. I would love that to be the case, but I would like everybody to just look up Shelly Love Island USA. The current season is CHELLY.
Or you can watch this on Spotify.
And you can see the uncanny similarities. I think she looks a little bit like Karrueche. But she speaks a little bit like Karrueche, but she talks faster. She's the same
cadence.
Yeah, but they say some of the words the same, but she's not even from California. So I'm like, I guess Karrueche's Valley Girl her. Anyways.
All right. Well, join us on Monday for But Am I Wrong? Tuesday for an actual See You next Tuesday. Then Wednesday, take a break. Thursday for Don't Blame Me. And then on Friday, we will fist you again. I'm going to cough very hard.
And we'll see you later.
Off camera.
Bye.
And we'll see you later. Bye.
This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Meghan Rinks.
And me, Melisa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Are you looking for a movie review show where the critic is at the top of his or her game, meticulously breaking down and explaining exactly why a film does or does not work? Well, good luck with the search, because we're having fun here on Adam Does Movies. I talk to you like we just got done seeing a movie together, giving you the pros and cons, and I'm digging in the trenches, in the mud and muck, on streaming services, telling you which films are worth your time. Each and every week, I hit the big blockbusters, I cover the streamers, and I even toss in some movie news for fun. Because this show is Adam Does Movies. I'm obviously Adam, I probably should have led with that, but perhaps I have led you to check out the show on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, and hopefully we can do movies together. Hot.
Oh, hey there, it's a promo for a podcast. Great! Exactly what you want to hear when you're settling down to listen to the podcast you actually want to listen to. Well, give me just a few seconds and then you can go listen to whatever it is you're listening to, your true crime podcast hosted by former child actors or reality stars, whatever it is. My name is Troy LaValle and I'm the host of the Glass Cannon Podcast. This is a podcast where my friends and I sit around and play role-playing games and record it. Through improvisation, using comedy and drama, we take the rules of whatever game we're playing and we turn it into appointment television. That's the best way I can explain it. It truly is infectious fun. We travel the whole country playing rock clubs, turning games like this into a spectator sport. So please, check it out, the Glass Cannon Podcast. If you want some joy in your life, give it a listen.
Let's hang out.
I'm Ellie. And I'm Lee, and we're the co-hosts of Let's Hang Out, a show about LGBTQ representation in the media, because representation matters. Come hang out with us to talk about all of the characters that should have been gay.
Because every movie or TV show would be better if it was gay.
Listen to us interview your favorite LGBTQ actors and creators.
Elise Bauman from Carmilla.
It just reminds me of, like, every time a queer woman becomes single, there's, like, this high-pitched siren that goes out that, like, only other queer women can hear, and they're like, what was that? Like, did I just hear the bat signal? Is a queer woman single again?
So binge on Let's Hang Out wherever you listen to podcasts and hang out with us every Monday for your weekly LGBTQ fix.
I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee.
And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.